morning. So Marvin do back again. The Sir Media Group. And we put your business in the street. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And all these things should be added unto you. Norman Hutchins, and that song, Keith gave me, hit me to that. And I love that song. Because today, I really believe that this is going to be a day. Get ready for your blessing. There's a lot of things going on. And I just, want to recap some things. But before I do that, I want to see if I can remember a scripture. Let me see if I can remember it. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, most gracious and most merciful. And in his law does he meditate day and night. And he should be like a tree, planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does it shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but like the shaft which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly will not stand in judgment, or sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For God knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the sinner shall surely perish. I think I got it. If I didn't get it, it was real close. But that was Psalms 1. And I always loved, for some reason, you see how I remember that? That is one of the ones that I can read, one of the chapters I can read almost word for word all the way through. Because that was the one that really helped save my life. It really was. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. And what ungodly things have I done? Only really God knows. But there was one thing, brothers and sisters, one powerful thing that kept me in the drugs, in insanity, and a couple of other choice words you can use. That one word, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, is prideful. I was so prideful that it kept me enslaved in my own brain, my own body, my own soul. I was totally and utterly enslaved. It was nothing I could not shake it until God said, you the foul child. It's like this is the thing that kept me. I was like one of those unfaithful servants. You feel me? It was like I promised, excuse me, I was like promising God things that I was promising my mother and people things. And God don't play that kind of mess. He said, you don't promise me and take it back, because I will smite you. And I'm serious. I mean, God used to put it on me like I was a brand new baby boy. He spanked me from here to there, from to and fro. Once I really believed, and it's interesting that my pastor was talking on that last night with the Bible study. And he said that's the one thing that evil uses in our lives is spite, pride. We're so prideful, so spiteful that we can't grow. It's almost impossible. When you start thinking that now we know what the series is. This is about saving our daughters and helping them to prosper. Let me tell you something, folks. It's really, as far as I'm concerned, we just happen to be talking about girls the most. Man, it's in our boys too. We have raised a nation of, I don't even want to, you put a word on it. But our job is to raise a nation of entrepreneurs, thinking machines, inventors, mathematicians, scientists, biologists. These, you ever say to yourself, man, this kid right here is so smart, right? And they are smart. But the one thing that they're not is wise. And once we get our children to use their wisdom, see, wisdom comes from the elders. That's where it comes from. We don't spend enough time educating our children on things that we went through, and that we can help them say, hey, this is what you look out for, right? Listen, dealing with our girls, I believe, and our boys too, I believe that our biggest problems was really growing up in a single parent household. It seems like everybody know that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Caller, you on the air?
Yes, my speaker was Mark, please. Yes, sir.
This is Sir Markadoo.
Okay, sir. Now I'll call you back after 9. I'm sorry, I didn't know you was on the air right now.
Yeah, we're on the air. Try to log in.
Okay.
Okay, livestream.com and pull up Sir Media Group. 3 words. Okay? I'm going to open up the line soon. Single households. Now, there could be 2 parents in there, but it could be raised by 1 parent. Single-minded households. We are so desperate to help our children. We're in a emergency mode right now. When we get to the point where you're just one parent is disciplining a child, and the other parent says, "Leave him alone, leave her alone, leave him alone," or you get to a point where one parent's talking to it and the other parent's intervening in the conversation. Is the most destructive behavior that as humans that we can do. I very seldom say anything to my wife when she's disciplining our son. Even my 2 biological sons, the mother did the same thing. Always in there. And it's really, if you think about it, it's really not a reason unless they're beating the crap out of the kid, okay, or being vicious verbally, and I've been that too. So I'm not, but there's a time when, we have to leave the other parent alone and let them do what they do, as long as they're not killing the kid, right? Our girls are so subjective to so many other things that I think our boys are not. But our boys are kind of like, go defend yourself. Go back out there and whoop on them. That type of deal. Instead of saying violence will get you nowhere, right? Hey, Roy, excuse me, I'm on the air. Okay, bro. Okay, hey, if you don't hear from me by 9, just hit me back. So, there's a thing where you gotta at some point say this is not the way to go. This is why I stopped disciplining my youngest son physically, because now it's time to show, some grace and some mercy, right? So, but with our girls though, there's something else there. I believe that they are missing those mentors. I think the most girls that have been raised by their fathers had a better chance children raised by their fathers have a better chance. I think it's less emotion in the house. It's more strict. There's no big thing. I mean, everybody kind of knows that. That's why when you have a two-parent household, it's good to lead that child back to that man, to that husband, right? Or to the man. I remember this movie, I forgot the name of it, Boys in the Hood. Remember when Lawrence Fishburne, the mother finally said, "You take him." And that kid ended up growing up pretty good. The beautiful part about that, even when the kid was going to the bad side of things, he thought better of it and said, I've been brought up different than this. And I believe our little girls are so caught up. I remember sitting, and I said this before, I was sitting here with a grandmother and her granddaughter. And the granddaughter was like, but she didn't say nothing. I brought it up because I already knew a little bit about what the grandmother was saying. She just wanted to kind of get out and move on. So I said, "What do you want to do with your life?" And I said, you ready to leave the house? She said, "Yeah." I said, "Why?" She said, "I'm just sick of it and blah, blah, blah." And, And I said, "But how are you going to support yourself?" I don't know. "But you're ready to get out, right?" I said, "What's the worst thing that can happen to you right now in your life?" The worst thing. She couldn't answer it. I said, "Having a child." Because if you get pregnant and you have no vision, no goals, you and that child is in grave danger. Because now you're left out on your own. At some point, there's going to be a man that got some money, and they're going to manipulate. And don't be grown up and make it happen anywhere, but really, don't grow up in a hood-like atmosphere, because Jody is coming in. And when that happens, now the government slips in and give you a little bit of food stamps and a little bit of WIC or whatever it is, and just enhances the problem. Now you're dependent on a government that really can't pay for it. They can't really afford you. You think about, you ask any woman that just couldn't wait to get out of the household, and they felt that a baby was going to be part of the answer to that situation. I'm going to open up the lines, 404-286-6700. Patrick Julian is going to be the lead today because he has experience in that field. When these young girls get into this situation with these babies, and then they get into these government housing, and I'm sure there's a revolving door. I can only imagine the girls here one day, the girls gone the next. Where are these girls going? I know women today that need mentors. I need more mentors. Thank God for the brothers that's in my life, the Jillians and the Keefs and Karen. I mean, I'll be a little bit more lost than I am now. Caller, you on the air?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Patrick. How are you?
I'm great. God is good.
God is awesome, brother.
You right on point, because you take the words out of my mouth from the beginning. You talked about the revolving door, and that's exactly what it becomes. Generation after generation after generation. You have, when I come out of the project, which they call public housing, when I was 13 years old, the lady next door was my mom's age, and we call her Mrs. Such and such. And so, as time went on, my mom passed away. I ended up moving on through life, but because of the structure of my lifestyle and the city that I live in, I end up going back to the company that owns the apartment complex, which is the public housing, and working for this company. So now, the product of this company or these public housing, I'm working for them as their maintenance staff worker.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in and out of each apartment,
Mm-hmm.
regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm seeing Miss Such and Such daughter is grown just like I'm grown.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? She got her own apartment. But her mom lived a couple buildings away. And she's pregnant, or she's having a baby, or she already have them because she got her own apartment.
Right.
So, and what happens throughout the years, I've worked for them for 10 plus years. And now that I'm working for them, I see the repetition going on. Now, to this day, there's 3 generations in that same apartment community.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
3 generations that I know.
Wow.
And they have 2 or 3 babies. So it becomes repetitious. And then I start evaluating it and looking at why does this happen? Because there is no father, like we've been talking about, in the household, or lack thereof, because the young lady says, I want my own house. I'm getting out of here. So what she does is she starts to have kids, baby, and because she has a baby, either they have to move to a bigger size apartment, or she got to move out and get her own apartment. Because she qualified now. She has a child.
So
Then
now,
you got-
you know what? Go ahead, no. Go ahead and finish your point, because I got something for you.
Then you have the reasoning behind it. Now, if you want to jump in before I go to the reasoning.
No, yeah, I do. I just want to make sure that I call it the right words that I see that it is. Because what you're preaching to and teaching us that now, I call it a vicious cycle. That's what it's called. It's vicious. So go ahead.
Right. Now, the reasoning comes in because of the freedom. The freedom that so-called apartment gives that young lady. She gets the freedom to have a young man come over and visit whenever she wants him to. She has the freedom to cook and have all the groceries that she wants in her refrigerator because of the food stamp assistance. She has the freedom to smoke her marijuana, whatever, drink, parlay, and don't have to have any restrictions or convictions from her parents.
There you go.
So now the door is open. Young man see a young lady with an apartment, he coming in. What up? You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, we doing it up tonight. We turned up, And now what they can do is have fun, and then the babies are going neglected because of the ignorance that the young lady has. None. She has nothing. She knows nothing. She just have an apartment. Freedom.
Yeah, you got the last part right, dumb.
Yes, it's freedom.
It's free to be dumb. It's free. They're free to be dumb.
And so now you have this young man. He's starting to come over on a regular basis until she say you're gonna have to start spending the night. Now he's taking over in the apartment, selling drugs, because that's what they do. It's the nature of that public housing.
Yeah, it's the nature of that beast, is what it is.
All right, yeah.
Because it's vicious. And beasts are vicious.
So now, yeah, now he's selling his drugs, and she's in an apartment. She's living it up because he's giving her money. She's enjoying the money he's giving her, but she's not happy. What happens is he ends up taking over the house, and she telling her kids, "Get your butt in there and sit down." She cussing them. When the summer comes, she send them outside to play somewhere. Don't know where they at, but they outside, and they end up causing havoc outside because now they are coming of age. Now they're learning from the friends that they're outside playing with.
It's crazy, and this is why the topic is helping our daughters prosper, because we know that vicious cycle. Yeah, I believe. Now, this is what I believe. I believe the mothers that been in that vicious cycle really want their daughters to be out of that vicious cycle. They really do want that to happen. But what happens is they don't know what mentorship is. And once we mentor and sponsor our youth, listen, I can ask a number of people that I know, say, who do you mentor? Who do you mentor? I guarantee you, a lot of the people that sit in my face, I guarantee you, they have not selected anybody, not one other human being to sponsor. Not one.
Yeah.
It's a travesty. And I believe God is looking at that thing on a whole nother level. And you think that pride is that pride. You think nobody did it for you, nobody's doing it with you, you ain't doing it. Well, guess what, baby girls and boys? If you're not sponsoring somebody, you're guilty as these kids are. Don't blame these kids. Blame yourself for not pitching in and finding at least somebody to sponsor.
Yeah, they have given up on the youth.
They got, wait a minute, hold on, one more thing. If you ain't got nothing to share and to help a child, shut up. Just shut up. Don't say nothing about what our kids are doing in the neighborhood. If you ain't doing something to help, keep your mouth shut. You ain't even you're part of the problem. You ain't even nowhere near part of the solution.
That's true. That's real. That's
all that talking, all these kids are this, all these kids are that, and you ain't doing nothing.
No.
Not one thing, but talking crap. And then when you go feed the homeless, I'm going to take my kid down here and see what it's like for these kids living under the bridge and under this and that. Yeah? Well, guess how close your child is to that? Because all you're doing is showing them what that is. And you ain't giving them no mentors. So what you're doing is introducing your child to what their chances are going to be greater because they don't have no mentors. For God's sake.
That's all. That's so right about that.
Sick of it.
Right about that.
Sick of it, man.
We're supposed to be making them in our image.
And guess what? That's exactly what image are you showing them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're showing them all these other images, but you're not showing the images of sponsorship. I talk to my kid all the time. This is why I get him to spend time with my youngest. Because he needs to be mentoring and sponsoring somebody.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Thing. It ain't no one-day thing.
It's time.
And that's why in the business that I'm in, I am writing a program because you got to come through programs. HUD will allow. They have monies for mentorship. They have money for these type of programs.
Nice.
The stuff that you're doing on your program, on this broadcast alone, is what they're paying for to be done in the public housing setting.
We need to do a
They
show.
have
We need
community rooms.
No, she. Go ahead.
They
Keep
have
going.
community rooms. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying I want to do a broadcast with you on just that. If you get that money and you see how it goes, I want you to lead us one day in how to get HUD money and how to, get these kids mentored in wholesale, in bulk. Go ahead.
Yes, they have a program called Family Self-Sufficiency. And what that program is for is to teach the families that are living in public housing how to become self-sufficient within 5 years.
I'm writing that down.
That program.
Go ahead.
With that program, you can not be penalized for the monies that you create in your household and have to pay large amount of rent because it's based on the monies that you make.
Do you have to be a part of the system to get that to happen?
You have to be a part of the system to not have to pay that money.
Wait. Now, could I be an outsider the way I am now and go into a HUD and be an advocate? Or do I have to be in a HUD home? Or do I have to work for HUD?
You can be an advocate because you are a mentor. You can be an advocate because you will be training the people that's living in there. And then it also branches out to the community around them. They call that Section 3.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
So together with those two programs, you can affect the outcome.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Now, you said you wrote a program. You wrote a program?
The program that I wrote is involving people who are mentors in skilled areas. Say, for instance, the banking system. The people that live in apartment complexes are ignorant to the facts of banking.
Yes.
As far as savings, as far as spending, budgeting, stuff like that. So
yes.
What my program talks about is bringing in bankers, tellers, loan officers, things of that such. Also, bringing in people that can teach them cleanliness as far as their place is concerned, because you have an apartment and you don't know how to clean it because you never was really taught. You never was really taught. So now you got bugs crawling around, and you don't know that those bugs carry the germs that make your babies have asthma.
Wow.
If you look at the status, the statistics, the 75, maybe 60, I ain't gonna go too high. 60 to 65% of them babies are asthmatic, and they don't know why. But I know it's coming from the roaches that are infesting the walls of those apartments.
The feces. It's the feces of the roach.
Yes, sir. And no one understands that in the higher ups. And so therefore, they're just as wrong as the nasty tenant of that apartment.
They're just as guilty of them nasty roaches.
Yeah.
And listen, this is why I believe that everybody need to get their hands on one of these books. And I wrote, my brother down in Jacksonville, Florida, Roosevelt Davis, you need to get a copy of his book as well. These are up to date. Our older books work just as good as the new one, but these are dealing with the issues of today. You're talking about an etiquette book, images, everything. What does your image say about you? Can you imagine having somebody get this book and lead a class in this?
Yes, a curriculum.
A curriculum is right here. It's right here in this book. It's fantastic. It's a workbook.
Yes. And so you teach them through that book. And that curriculum that you hold it in your hand becomes their pathway to a prosperous life.
But you know what? You know what I'm figuring it out now? That it's quicker than we think. We get these mental pictures in your head, right? And we said, okay, this is going to take years and years and years and years to develop. The devil is a liar.
He sure is.
Listen, it takes a child to learn a song, a Lil Wayne song, probably 5 to 10 times they hear it. So if we teach a kid 5 to 10 times branding, marketing, psychology, simplicity, and duplication, and then 10 times, and they learn it, and we show them etiquette, how to put on makeup, how to do their own nails, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference? See, people develop so many lies into their own head that they believe the lies out there, and then now they start to believe the lies that are implanted in their heads. That's why I say children's minds are like sponges. They're real flexible. They can take on a lot of different things. But once we get to be adults, the cement sets in, the concrete. And we get set in our ways. You see? We have to help these kids. See, even a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid, their minds are still flexible enough to say, I do want to be somebody. I do want to change before I become pregnant. I do want to change before I go to jail. I do want to change before I become a gangbanger. Come on, man. It don't take much. All it takes is mentorship and leadership. My God. We put so much emphasis on the things that we can't do instead of putting emphasis on the things we can do.
Yes. Right.
But will we do it? But will we do the things that we can do? Listen, I ain't gonna do nothing, but I am so compelled by God
Yes.
that I have to do something.
You have to. That's, see, they said repetitious because persistence tears down the resistance.
It does every time.
And the more that you put it in them over and over again, they get it. But if you don't put it in them, and they'll take the time to put it in them, they won't get it.
Let me tell you something,
You
Patrick.
can sit back and be mad all you want.
All you want is sit and be a naysayer, yeah. But let me tell you something, man. If this is the deal, folks, this is what's going to change the tides on the devil and his evil ways. Once we begin to teach our youth how to mentor and how to sponsor other youth, this is where we're going to catch up. It don't take that long. We make our youth the leaders. This is where we develop youth leaders. It will happen. And it's going to happen before I die. If God says so. I'm telling you.
I think what we need to do is put together a public speaking tour for this specific program that we're dealing with right now. I know that we can reach millions over the airway, but we need to go and invite people and have a setting where families come out and listen.
I love it. I love it. And you know, it's funny because this is something that can really happen, and we do this in little town meetings, but we tape them like I'm doing this one.
Right.
And they're more involved. If you did start when you start your program, Patrick, do you realize if you air it on streaming it, do you realize how many more people you're gonna catch? Because it's just like Keith Gatlin said, it's the 106 and Park syndrome.
Yeah.
They want to see themselves on TV, but they dream about it. They always want it, but this is the way You bring town hall meetings together. You let the children vent. Let them tell on themselves. Let them tell on their parents a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And you got some youth in there that are mentors, that are educated. They know the math. They know the science. They know etiquette. They got the tools. The youth that have the tools, but they're gonna pay more attention to our babies, and the babies gonna pay more attention to these babies. You hear me? The older babies.
Right.
If we don't make a change, wait a minute. Now that we're willing to make a change and adjust, let me tell you something. Most people are not going to change. They will adjust, and then once you got some adjustments, then you'll have some change. People are not just going to go 180. I'm talking about I stopped smoking crack in one day. That night I was smoking crack, the next day I wasn't. But the deal was that I was an older man. I could make decisions like that. But when you're children, your minds don't think like children. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Once we give them some proper etiquette, proper education, man, our lives, listen, our community is going to be much, much better at a faster rate than we can imagine. Like I said, even the government don't know what to do with these. They don't want all these kids so fast. At first, they might say, yeah, let's gather them up. Let's send them all to jail. Let's get them all fingerprinted and take pictures of all of them. And, let's follow them. But that system is going to fail as well. They can't house all these kids.
You sure right about that?
The
knowledge is power. And if you don't know anything, there's no power.
I believe America don't want a bunch of stupid kids.
It don't.
We're our future. They say our future's in our kids. Listen, you see the way they put these police in the schools? I forgot what they call them.
Liaison.
No, they call them something. Yeah, they could. But no, these are like the police. It's like that's that one step before you go to jail. They get you fingerprinted. They get you. It's like public little in school police, and they get you fingerprinted. They get you mugshot. They get you a rap sheet way before you even get going. Before you get to the prison. So when you go for something good, you already have a rap sheet.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But we can turn the tides on that. We can, and we will. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm going to look in this camera one more time and tell my listener audience, and anybody that ever hears this broadcast, I'm telling you, baby, if you don't have somebody that you're mentoring, you suck. I'll tell you that right now. You suck. Because you think things are going to change by you sitting back, waiting for somebody else to do it. You suck on your own. I said it and I meant it. Period.
Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
That's it. And you think that because you're going to sit back and chill and wait somebody else to raise these kids up while you sitting back and you got the power to do something, you suck. That's what I say. That's it. That's what I say, and I meant it. And I'm never going to take that back.
That's good.
Never taking that back. You suck. If you don't have no compassion to grab somebody's kid, you go to any school, and when I go to school sometimes I say, where's your bad kids at? Where's your bad kids? Where y'all house them kids? The ones that get in trouble every day. Those are the kids I want.
That's right.
How you feel about that?
I feel good about that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get this going, and we're going to I'm gonna make sure that I forward you all the information that I get for this these funding systems for this mentoring program.
And I'm going to forward it to as many people as I can. Because listen, there's enough bad kids to go around. There's going to be kids that ain't going to get, they just going to get in trouble because that's what they choose, you know?
Right.
But there's so many kids on the fence. And we got to get them off that fence.
Because they learn from each other.
You got it. You got it. That's plain and simple.
Them nothing. You know?
You,
they free at telling them to do this and do that.
Keep talking. Keep talking, Patrick. Keep talking to our people.
They got love. They got love from their boys. Brother Gallon talked about that 2 weeks ago. Said, if my man gonna give me love and I'm getting stressed at the house, I ain't finna be listening at the house. I'm going to my boys on a regular basis so I can get that love. That's where I need to be. So what we got to do is we got to change the outcome. We have to stay in their face and give them the love that they're looking for, because that's what we were here for anyway. It's our purpose to teach them instead of being happy with the lifestyle that we have and giving up on them. It's not our time to shine. It's not our time to enjoy ourselves. Because we're grown. Our kids are the ones who's important at this point now. Our kids. And those kids in our neighborhoods. It takes a village to raise a child. And if we decide that we're going to step off because this boy got a mean attitude or this boy is upset about somebody touching on him when he was growing up, and we wrong. It's not his fault. He didn't ask to be here, and he didn't ask to be touched on.
That's it.
But what we have to do is we have to give him another opportunity in life. Because we know we are the wise men. We are the ones who have experience. We have to give them what we know. And if we don't know enough, then we need to go get what we need to know so that they can know.
I love that. I love that.
Without them knowing anything, it's going to be messed up.
Hold on, Patrick. I'm going to open up the lines again, 404-286-6700, 404-286-6700. I want to let you all know that you are blessed. God has blessed you and your household. God has blessed your brain. God has blessed your mind. God has blessed your soul. And we need soul-searching people that are going to search for other children's souls. Listen, we done said so many times, children are our future. Where's our future? Are you kidding me? We don't have a chance. Every generation comes up. If this world going to be a world, that's the way it goes. The youth are the most important resource. They are our most precious and most valuable resource on the planet. Forget about diamonds and gold and rubies and cars and all that stuff. They are our most precious resource. Bar none.
Yeah. You're so right about that.
Bar none. And 404-286-6700. Chime in on that. We believe that our children are the most precious resource that we have, we need to start giving our children another hand up. We got to get them to the right people. Listen, that's why I hold this forum every Saturday, Patrick, for the youth. They are coming. Listen, yesterday, my youngest distributor came in to meet me. He finally came to meet me. He's 6 years old now. He told me yesterday, he said, I'm not 5 anymore. I said, okay, 6, right? But
yeah,
I implanted in his brain already that he needs to teach other 5, 6, 7-year-olds so he can distribute to them, and he'll make more money. He already got a grasp of that.
He already understands.
He got a clear understanding that he needs to make this product and start selling to other 5 and 6-year-olds.
That's where you learn from.
I'm going to interview him Saturday, live. He's going to be sitting right next to me, right over here to my left side.
That's good. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yes, sir. And Patrick, I want to give you a heads up and kudos too, man, because you have a clear understanding of what it is to help society. You gotta help society. If we don't help them, somebody has to step up. Somebody has to do it. And I'm gonna keep preaching it. I'm gonna keep teaching it until you got your own broadcast. And every one of you that hears the sound of my voice, you have your own broadcast. We can't get enough broadcasts. And it's free.
Yeah.
It's free, for God's sake.
I'm going to start with the little camera because I keep looking over the cameras because I want to get the other camera, but that ain't the issue. I'm just going to get the one that I just get the little camera.
Just get the little webcam, put it on hook it up to your laptop, right? And it doesn't have to be live. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part. Now, if you have high speed, ladies and gentlemen, then it's going to be perfect. You got the high speed, you just shoot it on through, right? It's going to be a little bit slower, time, right? But it's best to hook it up to a desktop rather than a laptop. Just know that. The power that comes to a PC is more powerful than comes to a laptop. So just know that if you were just doing some Skype kind of stuff, that's fine, right? But if you're going to do a broadcast and you have enough high speed, you want to do it through your PC, your desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just know that, But you got to get started. You just say, hey, how you doing? I'm Patrick, and I'm doing another show. And you can do like a 15-minute show. And before you know it, you got in your program, you got the kids there. Your son's gonna want to do something.
Right.
Come on, man. Once your son see himself on camera, it's gonna be incredible. Trust me.
Very.
You got them sitting down there with you, going over. I can't wait to do that youth thing because I want my son to be a part of it. He's smart as a whip. He's smart. You want to use it. Your son, I bet you smart smart.
Yeah, he is smart.
And you want to use that kid's brain. Can I get a witness?
You're right about that. We have to get their brain motivated. We got to get it moving because it's sitting idle. And, they just learn ABCs, 1, 2, 3. We got to put more into it, more into that.
We need more community activists, and they need to be younger. They just can't be us 40, 50-year-olds. It doesn't work anymore. That's the old school way. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Man, utilize these 18, 19, 16, 17-year-olds, 22, 23-year-olds, 30-year-olds. And once you create that platform for kids to really realize they can make a difference in the kids' lives, come on, man.
Yeah. You see, I'm telling you, that's why I see the vision of having them learning the public speaking and the presenting themselves because it builds their self-esteem. And so with this mentoring program and the etiquette, those three things together, it just makes them impeccable.
That's crazy, man. Etiquette. We teach them the etiquette of making money. Teach them the etiquette of cleaning their house.
Yeah.
What's wrong with teaching a young lady or young man, they already got these kids, to teach them how to be cleaner? What's wrong with that? Hygiene. What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
They just grow up and they go and teach somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Instead of having a pile of clothes over there, you teach your children how to pick it up, wash them, dry them, and fold them, and put them away. Have some respect for your own stuff.
Yeah. As you get used to it.
I got used to it. My mother taught me. She taught me how to do it. And I learned it. And guess what I'm doing to this day? Ask my wife. Washing my own clothes, dry my own clothes, I fold my own clothes, and I put it all away.
And he see you do that.
I've been doing that. Yeah, my 14-year-old see me doing it. I recommend it. He goes down, washes his own clothes, dry his own clothes, put his own clothes away.
He can appreciate it more. It's where the appreciation comes in.
He cut his own hair. So now he knows he ain't got to go to a barber shop if he don't want to. What's wrong with that?
Sure don't.
What?
Save some money.
What's wrong with teaching young boys that's in that projects how to cut their own hair so they ain't gotta look like a ragamuffin when they go to school?
Oh, but they learning that. They learning that because they learn how to depend on themselves. In that they be in that basement, one brother cutting the other brother hair, and the other brother cutting his hair. They cut each other's hair. You know, they know how to go and rake some leaves in the houses nearby and make $3 or $4, you know, make some money so that they can buy them some clippers. They know how to wash somebody's car. I'm telling you, man, it's a community within the community.
Yes.
A lot of those guys have come out of there and went to the pros or went to colleges because they self-teach themselves the sports. They have a basketball rims that don't have nets, raggedy hoop, lean-in hoop, you know, but they sit out there and shoot all day. So when they get to high school, the coach put them in, they be dominant in the school system. I went to school with Glenn Rice. I went to school with Andre Rison. I went to school with Yankee Pendleton. I went to school with, I ain't go to school with Morris Peterson, but I know them. I'm around them. Mateen Cleaves, all those guys come from Flint. Ready for the world. They self-teach themselves because they don't have nothing to do. They get together, let's get a band together. Let's have a group. Come on. They start playing their music. People like their music. They start playing their venues. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Pat. We got a caller. Hold on. Call you on the air.
Top of the morning, brothers. Top of the...
What's going on, my friend?
Man, I just wanted to chime in right quick and just throw a little wood on that fire, you know what I'm saying, before you log on, man. I've been listening to the whole broadcast.
Yeah.
Hey, brother Pat, I just want to let you know, but you did exactly like I knew you was going to do on yesterday, and you brought forth the good word, you brought forth the knowledge, bro. See, that right there is exactly what we, you see? I appreciate that, brother Keith. So now, with the information that you gave, people who want to help, now you have an incentive to help now. You see?
You got
So
it.
it ain't just about you doing it for free. Now you have an incentive, right? Now you can make money to help you.
Yeah.
Ain't no excuse now.
You got the information. You got the information you need.
I'm not getting paid to help those kids. Well, you can.
Yes, sir.
You can.
The government will give you some money for it.
Absolutely. Right.
It's called family self-sufficiency. And also it's called Section 3, right?
Section 3, yes. So one thing I gotta say before you get off the air, bro. And my question is, once again, where are the sisters at? You see what I'm saying? Because I thought this morning the sisters would have been burning the lines up to
Me too. I was thinking it too.
But here's the thing, though, right? You start the conversation, right, the discussion about the pride thing. And see, once again, it's only pride that prevents them from calling in. See, it's the false pride, right, that stops them from saying, I'm going to join in with what it is that these brothers are doing so that we can approach this thing from a family unit perspective. Because let me tell you something, brother, it's some serious division that's going on between a man and a woman as it relates to the family, and we got to put an end to it.
Especially when it comes to the kids.
That's the wall right there.
Especially when it comes to the kids, man. Ever since I see it so often that a mother stopped a male, said, leave him alone.
To the point of sabotage.
Yep. I seen him talk to the. I seen him talk. I seen him talk to the kid. Oh my God!
And I seen sisters deny father from seeing the kids.
I seen them tell the kid later, "Hey, don't worry about that. You just, just listen to me. I'll make sure everything's right." I'm like, what?
Foolishness.
Sabotage.
It's man. Look, it's treason is what it is.
Yeah.
It is, brother.
Ooh,
It's
treason. Yes. Yeah, you got it. I'm so glad that we did this show.
Gotta come in.
Go ahead, Pat.
That's where the education got to come in at. We got to get them back to understanding the family value. Where the family is important, not those selfish games.
We're gonna get there. Hey, listen, I did want to say that this has been a blessing. And listen to me one more time. If you're not part of the solution, you suck. I just want you to know that. Okay? And I meant that. Does that make sense? I knew you like that one, kid. I was making it plain there. You suck if you're not part of this. Saving our children. But we get ready to shine them off, baby boys. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. You too, brother. I'll talk to you in a minute. Stay strong, brothers. Peace and love. God's got a blessing. Make sure you share this information. It's all our responsibility. This ain't woman bashing time. We just know that we want better. As a man, I want better for my mate. Right? As a woman, she wants better for me. That's all right, but God's got a blessing. We just work together and we'll make it work, okay? Tomorrow we got Rory T. Edwards. Give me